Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Enfield Guy. Special episode today. I am currently in Victoria, in Australia, and I am currently staying at the Adina Apartments in Coburg. And I've got to say, it's a pretty impressive place, and I'll give you a reason why. This beautiful hotel is built within the grounds of the old infamous Pentridge prison, which is no longer in operation, thankfully for me. Don't fancy myself spending a night in the lockup, but yeah, what a beautiful place. I'll run a bit of B-roll now so you can see what it's all about. But a bunch of journos from around Australia got in last night just to get together, have a bit of a chat and a bit of dinner before heading off on the special thing I'm going to talk about in a second. But yeah, what a place Pentridge has sort of transformed into. We got a chance to have a bit of a walk through some of the old cells last night, and yeah, it's been repurposed sort of beautifully, and it's a really nice spot down here. Now, the reason why we're all down here today is that we are heading off in a bus shortly to head down to Lorne, which is at the beginning of the Great Ocean Road, and we're going to be test riding, well, taking part in the launch of the all-new Royal Enfield 650 Super Meteor. So it's the Australian and New Zealand launch for the new product. It's going to be awesome. The Great Ocean Road, if you don't know it, is probably one of the most scenic drives and rides in Australia, if not the world. It's a beautiful memorial to Australian and New Zealand soldiers that was built sort of post-war, and it's just an absolutely stunning piece of road. And yeah, I'm lucky enough to be riding it later today, and I want to take you guys with me. So let's pack up and get going. We'll see you out there. All right, so having a bit of a walk through this is the function centre down at Lorne, at the Mantra, where the launches happen. But I want to just take you through a bit of a walk through, see what they've got lined up here, which is all the sort of new clothing around the Super Meteor 650, which is very cool. I've got this on a bit of a wide angle because I can't fit everything in. It's all massive. Some new helmets, new jumpers, all the branding. And here's a quick look at the accessories, guys, for the Super Meteor. Like I was saying before, I was on the touring variant, but you can always upgrade and buy a touring seat. You've got your crash bars there as well, the sump, the windscreen, panniers. Swap out your lights, the foot pegs, everything as well. And it's all interchangeable between all the models. And where the magic happens on the stage, we've got the Brains Trust over here working hard. Hey guys.
Hello.
And this sign, this is incredible. This is about 20 or 30 meters long. Very cool. They've gone all out here today. I've picked a really great spot here, just by the side of the road, to capture, some of the twisties behind us, which we were riding yesterday. Now, this is a pretty incredible place to be right now. The sun's shining. We had a little bit of rain yesterday, which didn't dampen the spirits because these bikes are just incredible. But I'm in love with this bike and in love with this place. I'll be back down here for sure. But not to steal the thunder of our beautiful Super Meteor 650. Look, this bike exceeded all of my expectations yesterday. I started riding on a cruiser. I had an old Haisung GV250, I think, many years ago, which was my introduction to motorcycling after a few years off. But it was a style that I liked as for learning, but longer trips wasn't really my thing. Now, to jump on this bike yesterday completely changed my mindset about what a cruiser is and how cruiser motorcycling might be for me. So the forward controls, having your feet forward rather than sort of tucked underneath you, was, again, it took me a couple of minutes just to get used to that again. And forward foot sort of shifting was a little awkward at the start, but to be honest, everything's placed perfectly. I couldn't ask for a better setup. If we take a walk around the bike, I mean, the Canon exhausts are just absolutely beautiful. The note really does speak to the heritage of Royal Enfield as well. Like I've said in previous videos about the 650 parallel twin, you don't get that same single dug, but that's not what this bike's about. It's a new generation of Royal Enfield engine, and the 650 platform works perfectly in this bike. And I agree with Mark Wells and the design team that the 650 probably sits a little bit better in this than the Interceptor and the Continental GT. Not to take anything away from those bikes, but it really does feel quite natural in this bike. And maybe it's the seating position. You're down by about 60 millimeters. I think this is about 740 millimeters versus 805 for the Interceptor. But the more satellite seats and forward controls, you're really at one with the bike and taking in every corner, every twisty. Like I mentioned, it's got the same 650cc parallel twin that's in the Interceptor and the Continental GT. There's been some refinement in the gearbox, perhaps to account for the additional weight. I think we come in at about 240 kilograms for the Super Meteor. But to be honest, you don't notice that at all. I mean, we were doing speed limit around here, and no notice of any additional weight. It really sits perfectly on the road. The package I've got here is the more the touring style, so to throw panniers on as well, and sort of backrest and shield. So look, again, seriously blown away by this bike. I've just sold my Interceptor just a couple of weeks ago, so who knows, this could be the next one.